Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Lavinia and I post beauty videos regarding makeup, skincare, acne positivity, and just making you feel good in your own skin. But today's makeup tutorial has a little bit of a twist because we're going to be having my little brother edit this video. But the twist is he usually edits every single YouTube video that goes up on this channel, but in my style. So I give him the direction, how I want the video to be. I typically like it to be very professional, you know, very straightforward to the makeup tutorial and, you know, really highlighting each product. Today I said, Nick, you have full creative freedom of how you want to edit this video. Now, to give you a little background, my brother's a 21-year-old, you know, straight man into bodybuilding, into car edit, and he also loves to humble me every single day. So I'm very nervous for how this is gonna go. I filmed just like my typical tutorial. I did a bit of a different look today, a little more monochromatic, cool tone pink. Even added some like faux freckles and stuff, but I'm kind of feeling the vibe. It's different, but I like it. So without further ado, let's get into this video edited. Creative Freedom by Nick.
Tell me, baby, what's the problem? 'Cause I keep trying to figure it out.
Alright, so we're gonna start off with some skin prep. I had some tinted sunscreen on from this morning, so just taking that off. These are the Medicube Super Cica pads. I really like these. And then I'm gonna go in with some hypochlorous acid. Alright, so for the rest of the skin prep, I stacked the Thayer's 2% salicylic acid and the Milky Toner. This will just give the skin that really nice look by exfoliating and hydrating. Since I've been on Arazalo and my skin has been flaky, like literally I look like a reptile by the end of the day when I first started Arazalo, so I kind of had to adapt my skincare and skin prep to that. And then let's go in with some sunscreen for the rest of the skin prep. This is the Tower 28 one. I've been liking this one because it's really acne safe. And no, it's not tinted. For all of you that are saying like, what's the point of applying a tinted sunscreen? It's not tinted. It has a bit of color to it when you first apply it, but it does blend out translucent. I also have a pimple patch on, so we're just gonna do the makeup right on top of that. Okay, I got so tan these last few weeks, so I need to... Jeez, oh my god, I literally broke it. What the hell? Hello? This is the Urban Decay Face Bond Luminizer in the shade Half Baked. And I love these because they are transfer proof and self-setting. So I'm gonna use this to give my face a little bit of the bronze that my body has. And don't worry, we're using this as like underpainting. So we're gonna go in with the foundation over top. It's not going to end up looking it's scary. Now let's go in with foundation. So the reason I thought this video would be so funny to get my brother to edit this is because he's actually been my full-time video editor for all my long-form content like YouTube and my podcast for the past, I think it's been almost 4 years. So he's actually used to editing my videos, but he usually, you know, follows my instruction and edits them in the way that I like, which is like a very professional, clean type of look. But for today, he's going to be editing this short form video, which I'm a little nervous about, but we'll see what he comes up with. Using my favorite foundation, the Glow and Care. I want to go for like lighter coverage today, like a light medium, like a medium coverage actually. And as you can see with placing this over top of the Face Bond Luminizer, it all works together really nicely. Then I'm going to take my Natasha Denona concealer. I've really been enjoying this formula. He's also like really into like car edits. Okay, so my phone stopped recording the full foundation routine, which is great, just great. Okay, time to warm up this face a little. I'm gonna use this Milani bronzer. So he's really like into car edits and stuff, so I thought like, you know, this would maybe a little more fun for him to do as opposed to like his typical tasks, which are editing my makeup tutorials and my podcast, which I'm sure he really enjoys. I think I wanna layer some blushes. These ones literally smell like cake, so good. Huda Beauty in Strawberry Cream. Start with this one. Work it in on the center of the cheek and then blend it upwards to lift the face. Blush is like my new favorite part of makeup, I feel like. That in the eyes. And then I'm going to layer in Ube Cream. This is like more of a lilac, so this will just help brighten it up. Why am I like running out of this? Gorgeous. Let's set her down. I think you guys already know what I'm going to use because I use this every day. The Laura Mercier translucent powder in Rose. You know what's so funny is like my brother is like this bodybuilder into cars, straight man, and he edits all my beauty videos, and at this point has so much random knowledge about beauty products and prices and all of that. Yeah, he did admit to me that when he edits my makeup tutorials, he's not really paying attention to what I'm doing. He's just like in a routine of how he edits them. I usually don't use a brush for my powder. I usually use a powder puff, but I'm actually not mad at how this is applying. It's kind of giving it a nice, natural, more glowy look to the skin. I think that actually looks really nice. All right. Oh, too much. Let's get started on the eyes. I usually do my brows first, but we're switching it up today. I'm doing them now. I kind of already carved them out with concealer, so I'm going to just follow that line through with this Valentino brow pencil. Also, look, my dog literally chomped on the end of this. He loves stealing beauty products out of my PR boxes because they're on the ground. Always ends up going for like the most expensive products to steal. Trying to make my eyebrows look a little more like related. And then some brow gel. You guys already know, L'Oreal. This is so beaten up. Like I literally need to get a new one because it's like empty. And one thing, like one con about this product is it does fully rub off when you use it, but it's well loved clearly. All right, let's get started on the eyes. I haven't used this palette in a minute from Huda Beauty, the Icy Nude, but I kind of want to do something a little cool tone and pink today, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Now it's so funny because I call my little brother like in every single context, but he's only 2 years younger than me and he's a 21-year-old man, but in my eyes he will always be like 8, maybe like 15 now. He's upgraded a little bit. On a good day, 19, but 21, absolutely not, because I feel like I'm still 21. Wait, that's such a pretty transition shade. Let's deepen up the outer corner a little bit. So I started posting a little bit more of like cool tone looks on my page, and someone literally told me like, thank God you stopped using warm eyeshadows that do not suit you at all. And I was like, okay. Didn't know we couldn't have fun with like different colored makeup, but thank you. It's like those type of compliments that are like so almost like backhanded, and you're just like, all right, well, I'm gonna take the deeper shades, and I like that these are like a bit more of a cool tone brown, so it'll work really good with this look, and just slightly winging out the eye and blending it into those crease shades. Then I'm going to take a little angled brush, and I'm going to take this wing all the way into the inner corner of the eye, winging out the inner corner too. This just gives such a nice elongated look to the eyes, and then winging out, connecting it to the lower lash line. Do you see how that instantly shaped the eye so well? Now I'll take that same little pencil brush and add the same color on the lower lash line to really tie in the whole look. Just a dab of that deep brown and wiggling this on the end to connect it to the top wing. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit of this Kiko liquid eyeshadow, the shade 01, and I'm going to slightly, very slightly, do a bit of a half cut crease with this. Use my finger just to tap it out. This will just help brighten that front part of the eye to shape it a bit better. I've been doing this technique since I was like 15. I just love how it works so much. Let's use a cream matte shade to just set it down, and then I'm going to take this beautiful glitter. Look at this. This is from Wycon in the shade Visionary, and we're just going to use our finger to just dab it on the eye. I kind of want it to be a little bit like not fully applied on, but rather just giving like a soft dusting of the shadow. So I'm going to use a little fluffy brush actually with this and dust this all over so that it gives more that like fairy look, if that makes sense. Let's take a deep brown liner. This is from Kiko. We're going to tightline with this. Just make the eyes more smoky. Top and bottom lash. The more glitter, the better. We'll take Urban Decay Moon Dust in the shade Cosmic. I'm gonna take this on the flat brush and apply it into the inner corner. And let's do a little on the brow bone too. Slay. For powder blush, I'm going to use YSL in the shade Make Me Blush. It's a really pretty like Barbie pink, and I'm just going to use this to top off cream blushes we used. I'm going to take some of this into the eye as well to tie in that pink. Remember that makeup is makeup, and yes, there's like certain rules we follow when it comes to technique, but really you can just play around with it and place it wherever you want. I'm going to take any of the excess powder into the cap here, and this is the same brush I used for my blush. I'm going to use this excess powder to kind of blend everything together with the blush so that the under eye just seamlessly goes to that blush as well. Do you see how that patch, like you can't even even see it really under there. All right, let's finish off the eyes with some mascara, giving the lashes a curl. And let's actually go drugs with the mascara. I usually use my YSL one, but I love the L'Oreal Panorama. I think this gives such a nice like wispy look where you don't really feel the need that where you don't really feel as if you need, where you don't really need lashes as much, because this just does such a good job at giving length and volume. Okay, if you get a bit of mascara on your lid, just wait for it to dry and then take your little spoolie and just literally dust it away. Okay, the lips, this is where the magic really happens, because I transform my really small lips into something a little more full without making them look too overlined. So I'm going to take MAC Stone, going right underneath the lip to create a contour. This will just make them look a little more full. Then I'm going to take Huda Beauty Lip Stain in the shade Rich Brown. I'm honestly on the fence about these lip stains because whenever you don't store them completely upside down, they don't really work very well. As you can see, this is not really giving any pigment. That gave nothing. Okay, don't worry, I have a million more lip liners. I'm gonna take NYX Duck Plump in the shade Film In. This is a plumping lip liner. This will tie in the eyes really nicely because it has that mauve tone to it. Taking my concealer brush to clean that up, and then with the excess, I'm gonna press that right in the center of the lips to brighten. And that'll kind of blend everything together too. We're going very pink today, very Barbie. So for gloss, I'm using Lawless in the shade Daisy Pink, right in the center. It's like the perfect like milky pink shade. Make sure it's blended. Okay, let's set this all down using Urban Decay All Nighter. Give that a minute. Okay, then I'm gonna take this Kosas Baked Powder. This is the Cloud Set in the shade Candy. And I'm just grabbing a little powder puff. I wait for the setting spray to be like fully dried down. Pat this into the center of the hand just to make sure it's fully distributed. And then I'm gonna go right under the eyes. Now the fact that this is like slightly pink, it will again blend that blush in with the under eye, brighten things up. And like I said, we wanted this look to have those pink vibes, which it definitely does, and this will just add a little bit more of setting and blurring to the skin. People in my comments like, your makeup looks cakey, your makeup looks bad. We're seeing the same makeup. Oh, let's add a little finishing touch. I recently got this L'Oreal Faux Brow. It's a 2-day brow tint. I think this is in the shade Black. And I was wondering if I could use it for faux freckles. So let's try it out. I'm just gonna use it on the nose. Blend this quickly. Okay, wait, I think that kind of worked a little bit. I never do faux freckles, so I'm always kind of thrown off by them. Okay, I think that worked. Now I think the look is complete. Of course, let me show you what this looks like in different lighting. You guys already know the drill. So this is in front of the ring lights. Everything is looking super smooth. Full glam makeup for sure. If we remove the ring lights, we can see the texture pop up on the skin a lot more. Lighting plays a huge role in how makeup will look, especially when you have skin texture. Here's the makeup in natural lighting. It's overcast today, so it gives a more smooth appearance to the whole look. And here is the makeup in bathroom lighting, which gives a more realistic look, I find. Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed not only this makeup tutorial, but also getting to see my brother edit this. Not only how he usually edits them, but as like something a little bit different, a little more in his style rather than mine. Let me know what you guys think, and remember, go check out my short form content on TikTok and Instagram, and you can check out my podcast Loud Talk with Lavi. Every single Sunday we have season 3 coming up very, very soon, so I'm very excited for that. Remember, tell yourself something you love about your skin today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Tell me, baby, what's the problem? 'Cause I keep trying to figure it out.